For years, we've been told dopamine is the pleasure chemical, a simple reward for doing something enjoyable. It's the explanation we hear for why we crave chocolate, why we love a good laugh with friends, or why that first bite of ice cream feels so magical. The story goes that dopamine is released when we experience pleasure, and that's what keeps us coming back for more. This story is everywhere, shaping how we think about happiness and satisfaction. It's in self-help books, in motivational talks, and in the way we talk about our own habits. We're told to boost our dopamine to feel better, to chase after those little hits of joy. But what if it's wrong? What if dopamine isn't about pleasure, but about wanting, about the chase, not the reward? Imagine reaching for dessert, or striving for a goal, not because of the pleasure itself, but because of the urge, the anticipation, the drive that pulls you forward. Neuroscientists now know dopamine drives motivation and anticipation, not just the feeling of pleasure after the fact. It's what gets you out of bed to study, to train, to create, to pursue something just out of reach. Dopamine is the spark that ignites our curiosity and fuels our ambitions. It's the force that keeps you checking your phone, scrolling endlessly, always seeking. Every notification, every new post, every swipe is a promise of something more, something just around the corner. This misunderstanding matters. If we think dopamine is just about pleasure, we miss how easily our desires can be hijacked. Our brains are wired to want, to pursue, to keep searching, and that drive can be manipulated in ways we don't even notice. The real story is about the relentless pursuit of reward, not the reward itself. It's about the marathon, not the finish line, the endless striving, the hope that the next thing will finally satisfy us. Tech designers understand this, and they've built systems to keep us wanting, not satisfied. Every app, every notification, every like is carefully engineered to keep us coming back, to keep us chasing that next hit of anticipation. This essay is a journey into the real science of dopamine. We'll look at what researchers have discovered about how this powerful chemical shapes our thoughts, our habits, and even our sense of self. We'll explore how our ancient brain chemistry collides with our hyper-stimulated world and how we can reclaim our attention. By understanding dopamine's true role, we can learn to break free from endless wanting and find a deeper sense of satisfaction in our lives. Dopamine isn't a simple reward system, it's a prediction and motivation engine. It's released in anticipation, pushing you to act before the reward arrives. Think of it as your brain's compass, always pointing toward what might be good for you. This system evolved to help us survive, driving us to seek out food, safety, and opportunity. The thrill of the chase, the excitement of maybe, that's dopamine at work. We're wired to be motivated by possibility, not just outcomes. This is why uncertain rewards, like a slot machine or a suspenseful story, are so compelling. Our brains are most engaged when the reward is just out of reach. In a world of infinite digital possibilities, this system is easily exploited. Our dopamine system is like a finely tuned learning machine, always working in the background, constantly updating its predictions about the world through a process called prediction error. This means your brain is always comparing what actually happens to what it expected to happen, and then adjusting its internal model accordingly. When something turns out better than you anticipated, like winning a prize or hearing unexpectedly good news, dopamine surges in your brain. This chemical rush acts as a signal, teaching your brain that this experience is valuable and worth seeking out again in the future. On the flip side, if an experience is worse than expected, dopamine levels dip. Your brain takes note, lowering its expectations and making you less likely to pursue that same experience again. This constant recalibration keeps our motivational compass accurate, helping us navigate a world full of uncertainty. Every decision, every reflection, is shaped by this ongoing process of learning from outcomes. Imagine biting into your very first amazing donut. Your brain is flooded with a huge dopamine spike, marking the moment as special and memorable. The next time you see a donut, your brain remembers that pleasure and expects more of the same, fueling your anticipation and desire. But if the donut disappoints, maybe it's stale or bland, your brain quickly adjusts, dialing down your craving and making you less likely to chase after it again. This process of recalibration was crucial for our ancestors. It helped them avoid wasting energy on fruitless pursuits or dangerous situations, and instead focus on what truly mattered for survival. The real learning happens at the edges, when reality surprises us, for better or worse. These moments of surprise are what drive the biggest updates in our brain's predictions. But in today's world, this ancient system can be hijacked. Modern technology and endless entertainment trap us in cycles of constant seeking, as our brains chase one dopamine hit after another. We're always on the lookout for the next new thing, new gadgets, new shows, new experiences, yet we rarely feel truly satisfied because the goalposts keep moving. The same mechanism that once kept us alive and thriving now keeps us hooked, glued to our screens and craving novelty. Our brains are being rewired for constant pursuit, not contentment, leaving us restless, always searching, and rarely at peace. Tech companies have mastered the art of manipulating our dopamine system. They use the variable ratio reward schedule, unpredictable rewards that keep us coming back, just like a slot machine. Every notification, like, or comment is a potential reward, but you never know when it will come. This uncertainty maximizes anticipation and keeps you hooked. Notifications, red dots, and buzzes are engineered triggers, creating a loop of anticipation and checking. The result? A dopamine-driven cycle. Cue, anticipation, action, variable reward, repeat. This isn't accidental. It's a business model built to capture your attention. The rewards are frequent but shallow, never truly satisfying. Unlike real-world achievements, digital hits rarely lead to lasting fulfillment. Instead, they fuel the desire for the next hit, trapping us in a cycle of wanting. We're left craving more, but never feeling complete. Constant digital rewards recalibrate our brains, raising the bar for what feels good. Simple pleasures lose their appeal. We need more stimulation to feel anything. This is the hedonic treadmill, running faster just to stay in place emotionally. Likes and notifications that once thrilled us now barely register. We scroll for hours, chasing a feeling that never arrives. The pleasure fades, but the compulsion grows. We invest more time in activities that give us less reward. Our survival system is now a loop of empty engagement. Real-life joys, books, nature, conversation can't compete with digital highs. We end up bored, restless, and disconnected from what truly matters. This dopamine loop doesn't just dull pleasure, it fuels anxiety and impairs thinking. Constant anticipation puts our brains in a state of low-grade fight or flight. Studies show heavy internet users have fewer dopamine receptors, needing bigger hits to feel good, and reporting more anxiety. Animal research confirms dopamine overload leads to anxious, restless behavior. When the stimulation stops, anxiety subsides. Our brains are adapting to digital overload, making us more anxious and less focused. The constant pull of notifications drains our mental resources. The very tools meant to connect us are making us more distracted and less capable of deep thought. The cognitive cost of our phones is bigger than we think. A University of Texas study found that just having your phone nearby, even off, reduces your brain power. Participants with phones in another room performed best on cognitive tests. Those with phones on the desk did worst, losing up to 15% of their mental capacity. Even when you're not thinking about your phone, your brain is working to resist picking it up. This brain drain means less focus for work, relationships, and creativity. Our phones aren't neutral. They command attention just by being present. The impulse to check is always there, quietly sapping our mental energy. To reclaim focus, we need to create real distance from our devices. In response to digital overload, some are turning to dopamine detoxing. The idea: drastically reduce stimulation to let your brain reset. For some, it's a day without screens. For others, it's a full retreat from technology, social contact, even flavorful food. Tech insiders like Jack Dorsey have embraced extreme versions: silent meditation, no devices, no distractions. The goal is to strip away all sources of easy pleasure, forcing the brain to rediscover joy in simple things. Science is still debating the details, but the principle is clear. Our brains need rest from constant stimulation. Whether it's a screen-free Sunday or a silent retreat, the aim is to break the cycle of craving. It's about letting your internal compass reset, so real life feels rewarding again. The story of dopamine isn't hopeless. It's a guide to reclaiming focus and joy. Understanding how our brains respond to constant digital stimulation gives us the power to make better choices. Instead of feeling trapped by endless scrolling or notifications, we can use this knowledge to build a life that feels more meaningful and connected. We don't need to abandon technology, but we do need to use it intentionally. Our devices can be tools for creativity, learning, and connection. If we set boundaries and use them mindfully, it's about shifting from mindless consumption to purposeful engagement, so technology serves us, not the other way around. Start by creating distance. Put your phone in another room while you work or connect with others. Even small changes, like leaving your device out of reach during meals or conversations, can help you be more present and deepen your relationships. Turn off non-essential notifications. Take back control of your attention. Each alert is designed to pull you back in, but you can choose which ones truly matter. Protect your focus by silencing the noise. Make your phone less interesting. Grayscale the screen. Delete addictive apps. Removing visual triggers and temptations helps break the cycle of compulsive checking, making it easier to focus on what really matters. Prioritize activities that build real satisfaction: learning, exercise, nature, deep conversations. These experiences engage your mind and body in ways that digital distractions simply can't match, helping you rediscover what brings you genuine happiness. These may not offer instant hits, but they create lasting fulfillment. The joy from mastering a skill, sharing a meal, or expressing yourself creatively grows over time, leaving you with memories and confidence that outlast any fleeting notification. Over time, your brain will find these pursuits more rewarding. As you invest in real-world experiences, your craving for digital stimulation fades, replaced by a deeper sense of purpose and contentment. Reclaiming focus is a conscious choice. Choose creating over consuming, connection over validation. Every day you have the opportunity to shape your habits and decide what truly deserves your attention. By understanding dopamine, we can resist manipulation and shape our own attention. We become less reactive, more intentional, and better equipped to live life on our own terms. The path to real joy isn't in the next notification, it's in the quiet, focused moments beyond the screen. It's in the peace you find when you're truly present, whether alone or with others. The choice is yours: endless craving or genuine satisfaction. Every step you take toward mindful living brings you closer to a life filled with meaning, connection, and true joy.